Hello and welcome to Comfort Zone, where we delve into issues pertaining to Africans in the diaspora and also on the continent. Today, my focus is going to be on Ghana, my motherland. There's something going on in Ghana that bothers me a lot, and I cannot keep quiet over it anymore. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the rise in domestic violence. The past few months, I think it's been on the increase, and I think it's becoming a menace to the society. And we don't have to keep quiet anymore. There have been back-to-back cases of abuse against women and children, and I feel like the society as a whole, the nation as a whole, must rally around those who are capable of handling this issue or these issues and support them in order to curb this menace. The time is now. We cannot wait for tomorrow. It should be our concern, every Ghanaian's concern. Domestic violence is real, and it's just the audacity with which people are perpetrating this violence that is bugging me. I'm glad I've been following the cases that's been going on, and I'm glad that one of the cases, I think the perpetrators been arraigned to court. I'm going to be delving into the issues one after the other, but today is just a brief intro of what this channel is going to be about. But Ghanaians, I'm pleading, everybody can contribute their quota in order to curb this menace. If you have a daughter, if you have a niece, if you have a nephew, if you have a sister, if you have a mother, like if you have a loved one in Ghana, this should concern you. Because no one is immune to this. It can happen to anybody. It's no respecter of wealth. It's no respecter of class. It can happen to anybody. It's just that people are not coming out to talk about it. So sometimes we just hear it once and it's just all over social media. But what about those who don't get anyone to put their issue out there on social media? We're also going to talk about how these cases are handled. I mean, there are institutions in Ghana, non-profits in Ghana, organizations in Ghana who are working so hard, who are fighting so hard to stop this form of violence. I believe they need all the support they can get from everybody, from government, from leaders, like local leaders, from local companies, local philanthropists, even the Africans in the diaspora. We also have our role to play. Pastors have roles to play. Celebrities have their roles to play. We need to support these people do their job. In the early 2000s, there was no social media, but there were few nonprofits who were really at the forefront of this fight. They were working so hard. There was a whole network of domestic violence, of nonprofit doctors, lawyers, judges who came together to help support the survivors of domestic violence. It was really vibrant. Like we go out there, we demonstrate. Shout out to FIDA, WAJU, WISE, and the ARC Foundation, Abantu for Development. And most of these organizations are still there. I know WAJU's name has been changed to Dovsu, I believe. Like they are there. They are counselors, they are psychologists who are there, who are willing to do the work. And of course, there was funding coming from outside, but maybe the funding is not forthcoming anymore. But the local organizations can support. Celebrities, you can support the actors and actresses, musicians. We can all come together. I know it goes on social media, and we hear about it, and we try to do something. And sometimes, once it gets on social media, the noise is there for a week or two, and it's silent. We don't hear anything about it. We don't have a press conference to be informed whether something is being done about it, what's happened to the survivor, what's happened to the perpetrator, if there are kids involved, what's happened to the kids. We don't hear anything again. and so we don't know whether the case is being followed up or someone paid a bribe or did something and the person's back. Because if we don't hold these people accountable, trust me, they will go back in the society and they will do it again. So I'm glad that FIDA is now up and really talking about the way this issue is handled. We've come a long way with this 2025. I'm talking about the year between the year 2000 between 2000 and 2005, they were about like, we're all over. This is 2025, and there's no way this should be happening. Like, there's no way men should be so emboldened as to commit this heinous atrocities and think that nothing will be done. Even with a camera on them, they don't care. They are not afraid of the consequence, because sometimes it's really non-existent. But we don't have to let this continue. This is a time that we all need to come together. This is a national issue. We all should partner together and support these organizations back home who are working so hard. Yes, I'm talking about Ghana, but this happens across Africa as well. We need to do something about it. We cannot turn the other way, because the impact of this form of violence is really deep. Okay, children who are abused grow up to be abusers themselves. They're bullying in our SHSs in Ghana, and I'm going to talk about that because there's a case in question. And I've had a number of cases, because if you abuse a child consistently, they grow up and they become bullies, they become abusers. They're in high schools, they're bullying their friends, their mates. They will grow up to be adults who will be abusing their wives and their children and other people. We cannot have a society like that going around. And if you abuse a girl over and over again, she grows up and she's leading a lifestyle that society is frowned upon, people look down on them. But what we forget is, what they went through as children. We don't talk about that. We don't ask, like, how did they get here? Most of these girls do not just get up and become, the sort of women that society frown upon. They have a story. They have a backstory. They have a story of trauma. So we need to tackle this head on. We need to support. We need to donate to this nonprofits who are working so hard. I don't see why a mother who has lost their son as a result of his coach abusing him. But I don't see why she should be the one to provide a ransom. Like someone who can afford even more than what she's ready to provide should come out and say, you know what, I'm putting this amount down. Whoever has this or knows where the whereabouts of this person, bring that person, let him come and face justice. I'll give this amount. Let it be our concern. Like that, when it comes to this, there's nothing like, oh, it's onto your friend, it's onto a tree. Like there's nothing like that. When it comes to this particular issue, it should be a collective effort, collective concern. Now there's social media, so all those who have like followers and who have like people looking up to them, we need to make it loud, like sound the alarm. We need to make as much voice as we could. Because there are people who are helpless. There are people who don't have anyone to talk to. Some don't even come out. We need to educate people to come out and talk about it. Because if you do it and nothing is done to you, you're going to keep doing it over and over and over again. So please, this is a concern. I have a number of cases that I've had that I'm going to be giving my 2 cents about. But for now, my prayer is that everybody will come together. Pastors, churches, everybody will come together so we tackle this issue head on. It's not somebody's issue. It's not an issue that is out there. Oh, okay, I hear it today and yeah, it's gone and that's it. It should give us sleepless night that this is happening. I don't see any sensible reason why a society will stand by and watch a man sexually abuse a girl just for stealing her money. And they don't do anything about it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, over and over, he goes and come and does it, goes and come and does, and the society is watching. And it's really baffling that some are justifying this because she stole his money. Is that how to punish someone who steals your money? What is the police there for? Government, Minister for Gender, we need that ministry to start working on behalf of women and children. I mean, boys get abused too. Don't get it wrong. This woman I just spoke about, it was her son. Okay, so Minister for Gender, that ministry needs to really step up and do something. We need to curb this. Otherwise, it's going to get out of hands. It's going to get out of hands. And please, those who see this happening, it's better call the police, do something. I mean, yes, it helps when you put it on social media, but you have the person's face and like it's out there. Everybody is seeing the person. This is something that is hard for the victims or the survivors. So like if you know somebody, family member, I don't care if they're the breadwinner. If you don't stop them, it might come to your doorstep tomorrow. Okay, it's not far from anybody. It's closer than you may even ever think. Because most people who abuse children, sexual abuse children, most of them are family members. So it might be closer to you than you think. We need to step up. We need to open our eyes, and we need to do something. This is just the intro. But I'm going to be taking cases like one by one, those that I've heard about, and those we're going to keep our eyes on the ground. And we're going to really like come together and figure out how we can help. Because there's so many things we can do where everybody can do something. Everybody can do something. But the most important thing is the noise. We need to be loud enough. Let's put that ministry to work. They need to work for the people. They need to work for the helpless. This is the time. So today, my radar is on Ghana. It's going to be mostly on Ghana. But any case we hear outside of Ghana, we're going to talk about it. And we have to do something now. We love our continent and we want it to be better. We love our countries and we want it to be better. And we can have wounded people walking around, wounded children in our high schools, wounded adults walking around, because then everybody's going to be wounded. Because when they are wounded, they wound people. Okay, so we need to do something about it here and now. We are not going to keep quiet anymore. We're going to be loud. As loud as we can. Let's support FIDA. Let's support DOSU. Let's support the police. Let's educate them. We used to educate them years back on how to handle these issues, how to interview the victims and all that. Let's keep doing it. Let's educate the society, not to keep quiet. We need to stop the violence now. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. Till we meet again.